Good morning from sunny France. We finally got some good weather over in Fontenay. Our plan today was to have a bit of a relaxing day because it's a Sunday, but we didn't know that nearly everything's shut. So in the end we've decided to come to the Sensas Carpodrome. I think it's called the PH Sempeski Carpodrome. As you can see, or you will see from some of the footage that we put up, the levels are down a good 4 foot, so we're actually sat in the water. There's a lot of carp in this venue, ranging from like £1.50, £2 up to 15-20 pounders, so we're hopefully going to catch a few. Tactics today is going to be pole, and we're even going to try and catch on the method today, just to see what we can do and just have a little play. So hopefully we'll see you in a bit when we've got some fish on board. Right, so we've caught a few earlier, chucking a method with some dead reds and some 5mm yellow wafters, and now we've decided to try and catch a few on the pole. Obviously over here a lot of the time it's either a 13 metre or 11.5 metre limit, so we're fishing quite short for our standards. Which is obviously beggars to believe sometimes why we try and fish 16 metres, especially on a vast lake like this and the wind's hacking left to right. But no, we've started getting a few. One thing that surprised me, which I didn't know was in here, there's some real big carassios. We've had them probably pushing 2.5, almost £3, which is obviously good. But we're getting a lot more indications now by loose feeding. We were originally just kinder potting some corn and micros in, and we've found just by loose feeding a bit more pellet over the top with a strung out rig and I've got a banded 4mm red pellet on it, just seems to be a little bit more positive and get a bit more of a better reaction. The indications are quite small really for the carp. I'm expecting a bit more positive bites. But you just get little quick dinks. Ooh. Just got to slowly lower it in. They just seem to be following it down, because you probably can catch on the screen how clear the lake is. We're in mid-April now, and it's literally jing clear. You can see that sometimes you can see the fish just cruising past at like 2 foot deep. But hopefully won't be long, and we can. I say the wind is a little bit of a nightmare. And being low down to the water with the bank so high behind, it's not really. There you go. Not really beneficial. This might be a carassio. As you can see, you might be able to catch the fish just wallowing about 6 to 8 metres out. Little comment. It's as easy as that. You know, this is probably, I'm not saying it's the average sort of stamp. There's obviously a few more fish in bigger than that. We've had a lot bigger ones to start off with, but the fishing is pretty much the same as what it is at home. You know, just fishing a strung out rig with, as I said, a banded 4mm 014 crazy power Sensas line to 018. Fishing a 0.4 carbon stem float to a 12 to 14 elastic. Pretty English style sort of fishing, I would say. One thing they do a lot over here, or they seem to do, is they feed 4mm pellets. Well, we obviously try and go a little bit bigger. For carp fishing, that's a Carasio. Proper one, that. Top lit. Oh. Unhooked itself.
Better be lucky than good.
Better, yeah, lucky than good. But look at that. You know, proper weight builders, those sort of thing you would catch down on jennies and white acres. It's definitely been an eye-opener coming over to France and fishing. Definitely recommend it. Hopefully the weather is on the change, and we get one more day tomorrow where we're going to go around the Sensas Factory. Hopefully do some footage there, and then back on Tuesday on the Tuesday ferry, ready for Todman Manor Fishermania. Does seem to be a lot of fish in this venue. We were looking at some of the results, you know, late autumn sort of times, they were catching between 40 and 60 kilo in the matches. Obviously a lot of the matches are pole only as well, so you can see why commercial fishing is on the up in France. I would say they're still a little bit old school, which isn't a bad thing. As yesterday proved, you know, turning up with cake and tea for the draw, and then after the match everyone stayed on for the results and they brought out the wine. You know, social affair. People that only caught, you know, 1 or 2 fish stayed on, which is, you know, a rarity back home. It's a little bit of a nightmare with this, you know, the lower being low in the water. It's really nice to be able to see them coming up in that clear water. Beautiful little fish.